lovelies, it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series that deals with Mercuries, and today I'll be speaking on Taurus Mercury. I'll be speaking on what a Mercury placement means in your natal chart. I will also be speaking on how someone with a Taurus Mercury may communicate, how they may use knowledge, and how they do other things in regards to reacting. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so, lovelies. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Also, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone who has a Taurus Mercury, or anyone who really supports this content. And last but not least, please make sure you hit the like button. Now let's get right into the video. So let's get right into the purpose of your Mercury. Your Mercury has everything to do with how you communicate in regards to how you speak. So your speaking style, or the way you speak, or how people hear you speak, has everything to do with your Mercury. So you may have a loud voice, a softer voice, a way that people will be able to understand you, or a way that people will have a difficulty understanding you based off of your Mercury. Problem solving is something that comes up with your Mercury sign as well, because knowing how you're going to solve your problem has everything to do with your Mercury. You will know how to solve it based off of the sign in your Mercury. The style of how they react to problem solving has everything to do with that placement. The way you think about certain things has a lot to do with your Mercury as well. So your thoughts on certain things has a lot to do with how or what placement your Mercury has, because the way that you formulate your thoughts has to do a lot with the sign. Also, a lot of having logic and rationality is something that comes with your Mercury sign as well, because you'll be able to know how you look at certain things. So depending on the placement, you may be a lot more intuitive in regards to your logicality or the way you look at things, or you may be logical. So depending on the placement, you may use logic before emotions, or you may use emotions before logic. So this is something that is a reoccurring thing with your Mercury sign, and it's very important for you to know what sign it is and the way that you think about certain things or the way you react to certain situations. Okay, now let's get into having a Taurus Mercury. So when you have this placement, it is a fixed sign, so they tend to be very much level-headed in regards to how they interact to certain situations. So they are very much level-headed. They're also the type of people who will keep you grounded in regards to your thinking. They always are going to use common sense, and they're always going to use logicality before emotions. So you're going to be logical and know what's going on in regards to a certain situation, and you're going to look at it in an analytical way or in a logical way. They're also the type of people who will think things through long, because they do tend to be very patient people. So in regards to how they think about situations or how they go into situations, it's going to be logical. They're going to think it through. They're going to think through situations before making decisions. So they're not impulsive in regards to getting stuff done. They're going to take their time, look at the facts, look at the evidence that will prove what they're doing is right, and just look at the pros and the cons. And if the cons outweigh the pros, then they're just not going to go with it. And because they're the type of people that look into things, think things out very thoroughly, when they set their mind to something, they're going to never change it. They're going to be fixed, and it's going to be very difficult, or you're just never going to be able to change their mind on the topic, because not only do they have the facts, they have the evidence, they have everything to back them up, because they really thought it through. They looked through the pros and cons, so they're never going to change their mind. That's why at times they do say that Taurus tend to be stubborn. However, the stubbornness comes from them thinking it out through thoroughly thoroughly and knowing what they know and researching what they know. So they just have a mind that's set on something because they just know that, they just know what they know. So you're not going to be able to change their mind when they determine something. Also, with this placement, they are the type of people when they are convicted in regards to something, they're going to argue their beliefs down. They're going to make sure that even though maybe the whole world disagrees with them, if they agree with it wholeheartedly 1,000%, they're not going to change. They're going to argue it down. They're going to make sure that regardless of whether, even if they're proven to be wrong later, they're still going to argue their point down because they're loyal to that point. And they're also going to just go with that point because they did the research, they did everything. So they're going to argue it down. They're going to stand up for their beliefs and stand up for what they believe in. They tend to also have a voice that's very calming and soothing, and they're the types of people that love to communicate straightforwardly. They're not the type of people who will beat around the bush. They love to be honest and they love to keep it 100. So by having this Mercury, you're going to know how they feel and they're going to be honest about their feelings in regards to anything. They tend to also have a great singing voice, and they just love using that voice to just make other people happy or just to showcase their talents, because this is a great placement in regards to speaking up or saying things in regards to what they want to be known. And they're also the type of people, when they're thinking, they always like to think about things in regards to material wealth or financial security, and they're always thinking of ways to accumulate that, whether it's through marriage or whether it's through working, whether it's through investments. They're always thinking of how they can make more money, how they can be happy, how they can relax, how they can do different things that they just love doing. So that's always things that they're thinking about and they always keep on their mind. And in regards to that, it does help them a lot in regards to being able to manifest what they want, because they're always thinking about the things they want. They're always thinking about the things they will accumulate, so that helps with manifesting as well. And when you have a Taurus Mercury, you usually have an Aries sun, a Taurus sun, or a Gemini sun. So those are the three signs you'll have in order to have a Taurus Mercury. And here are some words that really do describe Taurus Mercury in the best way. First would be very patient. This makes sense because Taurus tend to be very patient people, and in this placement, they tend to be very patient in regards to what they're thinking about or what they want. Understanding. They tend to understand people, and that's why a lot of people may like to talk to Taurus Mercury, because they feel like they're being understood. They're also the type of people that give practical and down-to-earth advice. And that's something that's really imperative and important because they're able to help others in regards to what they need help with. They have a reflective mind, so they're always thinking. At times they can overthink, and it can really be a detriment to them, but it can also be a plus to them as well. They tend to be very dependable. They do have a very calming influence in regards to the way they speak to others. They're not the type of people that are panicky. They are very calm, and they just know how to stay calm under pressure. They love to generate trust from others easily. They always know where they stand with you, so you always know where they stand with you, and they always know where they stand with you. They do tend to be very traditional, and they are conservative. They do have a rich tonal quality. They do have jokes that are funny. They do have a slow manner of thought and speech. They're not quick to change their mind. They're very determined. They do not like force and change. They do have a lot of mental brilliance. They're autistic, and they do have common sense. So this really describes Taurus Mercury in the best way. That's all I have for you lovelies today in regards to Taurus Mercury. Please let me know down below in the comment section what your Mercury sign is. And did you learn more about the Mercury sign of Taurus today? Please let me know also what is the best quality you think of a Taurus Mercury. And if you have not yet, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Also, please make sure you hit that like button and share this video with everyone you know. Last but not least, if you have not followed me on my social media accounts, then please make sure you're doing it now, because a lot of the content that I post on here is not posted on the other platforms, and a lot of the content that I post on the other platforms are not posted here. So please make sure you go follow me on all of my social media accounts as well as TikTok. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.